Hey, what up everybody? I just had an interference. I had a run-in on a video by the guys that I work with. Snuck up behind me and scared the shit out of me. Look for me to upload that up later. But basically I was making a video talking about TNA. On a side note, I called the hotel that we're staying at for the TNA Bound for Glory travel packages. And just to let you know, they don't know that we're coming. They put me on hold. The guy talked to the person in sales, and he said he didn't know, but they might not have told them yet. But nothing was in their computer. They didn't have a memo. They didn't have any flyers. So, thank you, TNA. I'm holding my breath on this trip. But I didn't watch TNA on Thursday. Basically, I didn't work it into my day for the one reason. You know, everything was well known about the spoilers, about Dixie Carter turning heel and AJ Styles, them having the argument in the ring. Basically, everything was put out there word for word on what was going to be there. And I knew I wanted to see it, but I knew that I can easily check it out on YouTube. And Thursday, Impact just sort of slipped my mind. And like I said, everybody knew basically what happened with the Knockouts title change and then basically this argument. But I went out of my way last night to make sure that I watched this because I had a little bit of time and I wanted to see how it played out. Because honestly, in my mind, Dixie Carter has been a horrible, I guess you say, actress or a character. She's never been able to deliver a real promo. It looks like she's really scared as she's going through her lines. And I have to give it up to her. However many times she practiced this or how many times she went over it, or maybe she honestly was speaking from her heart and she just doesn't give a shit about AJ Styles. But I thought it came off really, really well. I thought AJ's promo before she came out there, I thought that it was really, really good, bringing up names like Jay Lethal, guys like Alex Shelley, a lot of guys from the X Division that really put TNA on the map. I think that TNA wasn't going to be able to hold its own as a company with Jeff Jarrett. Who else was there in the beginning? Scott Hall, Ken Shamrock. Yeah, well, Eel Skipper was an Xbox guy, not an Xbox guy, an X Division guy, and they had a good start at the main. But the one thing that was putting them apart was basically how WWE never really used the little guys, or I guess you can say the guys that fit into that X Division thing. WWE had a lightweight championship, and they sparingly used it. It seems like after the invasion, that thing just died a short death. I mean, every once in a while, SmackDown would have a good match on accident, and then on pay-per-views, they never really gave these guys any time. So, I mean, TNA was actually giving these guys that, had these roles a good spot to be, and that was making them really stand apart. Was these matches that had these huge high spots, and everybody going out of their way to make sure that they were going to steal the show, and make sure that even though they were in a lesser company, they were going to have their names known. That was how I first found out about AJ Styles. Was just basically just like everybody just pushing his name out there and saying how great he was and how you would go out of your way to make sure that you watched these shows, because AJ was just this superior talent. And I mean, very fast he became a triple crown winner for TNA, and he was the guy that was their bright spot, which was a guy that was in WCW in its dying days in a tag team. I don't even remember who his tag team partner was. But I think his name was Air Styles in WCW or something like that. But I mean, just like how a talent like this just, got lost in the shuffle and nobody wanted. But basically he came out there and said all these things about, the one thing that really caught me was I was like, I wonder who he's talking about when he's talking about these guys coming there for these 2-year vacations. And I was thinking, like, what if he would have said Christian Cage's name? It would have got a lot more, stuff out there in the sheets, much more promotion about what they were doing, because he was actually sandbagging somebody that was out there. But in my heart, I really can't believe that he said that about Christian, because Christian was one of the guys that came there that really put them on the map, and was the first WWE name that they really stole away. And how many great matches he had, and just how many times he was in the main event, and he's just kept helping them build and build and build to the point he got to be the biggest fish in that pond, and he was just going to get sort of left in the background with guys like Kurt Angle and other guys, needing that room. There wasn't enough spots at the top. You can only run so many 6-man tags and 4-way and 3-way matches and everything like that before, you know, you're on your way down. And he had helped AJ get to the point where he needed to get to be. Everybody can remember how stupid Prince AJ was, but by the time that ended, AJ's promos were actually a whole lot better because he'd been comfortable in the ring, acting like an idiot pretty much, to the point that he was able to fight his way out of that. But I think easily you could point fingers at Booker T, maybe Rhino, and some other names that came over there just to get that money. Maybe even Scott Steiner. I mean, Scott Steiner surprised us all having that one real good match with Samoa Joe. But besides for that, I can't really think of anything that really stood out from the whole time he was there. He was just a dude, basically. But I think Dixie Carter in this storyline could be good. But she has to really go out there and really has to believe what she's going to say. Maybe even have her write what she's going to say, so that way there's no mix-up on when she's out there, because everybody can see the fear in her eyes about even being out there. And we have to find out which side Hogan's going to be on. I think easily Hogan will stay the face, because that's all we need is another Hogan heel turn along the way. I think Hogan's already sort of hinted out there by being on Twitter saying that Dixie needs to take another look at this AJ Styles situation. I think it's pretty much tipping the hat that Hogan wants AJ to stay. But this could get good. This could get fun. I don't know how much longer it could go after this. Maybe we'll actually... I saw an awesome picture that I'll probably use as the thumbnail on here. It was... AJ leaving, like Money in the Bank style, and they had taken a picture of CM Punk and they cut out the Punk picture and they put a horrible AJ shot on there, and they actually did a real good job changing the WB title to the TNA title actually, but him running out through the crowd at Bound for Glory. But we'll have to see what this is going to lead. I honestly was really surprised by Dixie, and she could become one of those characters that really helps push TNA forward even in these dying days. So, we'll see. Peace out.